Fourth inning, and it's Lance Berkman facing Cliff Lee. Check swing, but it's on the corner for a strike. Berkman bounced to third his first time up. Comes into the game with success against Lee in his career, hitting .385, 5 hits and 13 trips, and he's knocked in 3 runs against the lefty. Way out in front of this one, and it's 0-2. Lee has allowed 2 hits, both extra base hits in the first and second innings. Cardinals have not been able to convert. Fly ball, heading for the seats and out of play.
Cliff Lee very smooth with his mechanics. He gives a lot of credit to the Expos minor league pitching coordinator when he was with the Expos, Wade Rosenthal. Also a pitching coach he had down in Jupiter named Ace Adams. Really smoothed out his mechanics, made him more balanced, allowed him to command his pitches better. And he's got good stuff to work with. You see that curveball in the dirt right there on the 0-2 count. That's by design. That's a chase pitch for him. He likes to throw it 0-2 and 1-2 in the dirt, hoping to get that hitter to expand the strike zone.
How impressive was he in 08 when he won the American League Cy Young Award with a record of 22-3 with the Indians. That pitch is outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. To Lance Berkman leading off here in the fourth with David Freese and Yadier Molina to follow. Now it's 3-2.
Another thing to watch for Cliff Lee as the game progresses. A lot of times he'll pitch inside early in the game. A lot of cut fastballs in on the hands of right-handed hitters. After he establishes that pitch inside, he'll go away for the rest of the ball game.
And he went away on this pitch, ball 4, and Berkman draws a leadoff walk. But the Cardinals could not get him home. Cardinals have had opportunities. The leadoff triple by Percal on the first pitch of the game in the first inning. And Lee retired the side then, and then Freese with the double, and Lee again the 1-2-3 inning after the double, striking out 2.
It was really especially shocking in that second inning, Dick, after the leadoff double by Freese. Back-to-back looking strike 3s. Cardinals were the team that struck out the fewest times in the National League this year. They normally don't leave runners in scoring position without going down with a fight.
And as we pointed out, they are the highest scoring team in the National League. Best batting average and on-base percentage as well. There's a fastball for the strike, and it's 1-2 to David Freese. Cardinals looking to chip away here. There's Roy Halladay with the impressive performance last night, retiring 23 of his last 24 to get the win. And there's a fastball, strike 3, and Freese goes down. That is the 5th strikeout of the game for Lee. And here's Yadier Molina. He took a called 3rd strike his first time up, and it's fouled out of play. First pitch strikes for Cliff Lee so far, 11 out of 15 batters. Talking about Arkansas, Cliff Lee's father was a fireman in Benton, Arkansas for 30 years and served on the city council. That's serving, right? Yes, fireman indeed. And being on the city council. That's serving your community. Berkman on at first with the leadoff walk, and 1-1 to Molina. Crowd was already cheering, thinking that caught the inside edge, and Lee's got to be wondering about that pitch as well.
As is Yadier Molina, the hitter at the plate. He had identical pitches in that location in his first at bat. One was called a ball, the second one was called strike 3.
2-2 now on the Cardinal catcher. Again, Lee, who has gone to the full count on several of these Cardinal hitters early in this game. Terrio would be next. Here's the 3-2, and a ground ball up the middle and off the glove of Rollins, and the big turn made by Berkman, but he gets back. And now the Cardinals have runners at first and second with one away, and Ryan Terrio coming to the plate.
Now, because the Cardinals don't strike out a lot, it's a pretty safe bet to start runners on those full counts. Berkman was on the move. However, he thought that ball just wasn't far enough away for Jimmy Rollins to allow him to advance to third base. Nice effort by J. Rowe, in and out of the glove.
And that infield hit, of course, the play made by Rollins prevented Berkman from going to third. So here's Terrio with runners at first and second, and one out, and there's a base hit. Fair ball down the right field line. Berkman will come around and score, and a double for Ryan Terrio, and the Cardinals are back in the game. Ryan Terrio, who came in at a .313 clip against Cliff Lee, delivers a double.
Well, as awkward as it looks sometimes, this is Ryan Terrio at his best, hitting the ball to the opposite field, this time just inside the first baseline. Possibly any other Cardinal other than Yadier Molina running at first base. The Cardinals may have cashed in 2 right there, but as it is, they get 1 on the board and have 2 runners in scoring position with 1 out.
And the batter is John Jay with 1 out, and Jay looking to at least get the runner in from third.
And once again, the Phillies playing their infield back all the way around. Anything other than a ground ball right back to the pitcher, or maybe right at Polanco at third base, the Cardinals should be able to score another one.
And a base hit to right field by John Jay will get Molina home. And here comes the throw going to second. And the throw is not in time by Ruiz. And good alert base running by John Jay on the plate of the plate. Punto, a switch hitter, and the former Minnesota Twin, hitting .278 on the year. Had a homer and 20 runs batted in, and was 3 for 10 as a pinch hitter.
And also hit .300 against Cliff Lee in his career. I asked Tony why Punto was not in the lineup tonight given those numbers against Cliff Lee, and he said there's going to be a spot in the game because he's a switch hitter where I can drop him in there. This is the opportunity right now as far as Tony's concerned.
First pitch, a fastball strike to Punto. Inning started with a walk to Lance Berkman. And with 1 out, Yadier Molina reached on an infield hit. And back-to-back run-scoring hits. Terrio's double and John Jay's single to the opposite field. Ground ball foul. And quickly 0-2 to Punto. Runners at second and third with 1 out. 1-2 now to the pinch hitter. And the top of the order for Call is on deck. Cardinals, who missed golden opportunities in the first and second innings, finally cashing in somewhat here in the fourth. And trailing now 4-2. Still 1-2 to Punto.
Pretty good rip and a cutter up and out over the plate right there. Many times that fastball up and away to a right-handed hitter, especially when Cliff Lee's ahead in the count, is used to set up the next pitch, a big curveball in the dirt.
Terrio at third. Jay at second, and a fastball gets Punto as he goes down for out number 2. That is the 6th strikeout for Lee.
Well, once again, just rears back and throws a 91-mile-an-hour heater over the heart of the plate, just challenging Nick Punto to put the ball in play.
Well, the Cardinals were hoping the pinch hitter, with less than 2 out, could get at least a run in from third. So now with 2 away, here is Furcal, tripled in the first and grounded to Utley his second trip. 1-0 to Furcal.
This is another reason Nick Punto was not in the original starting lineup. Rafael Furcal, a much better hitter from the right side of the plate. Tony wanted him in the lineup. We documented Ryan Terrio's numbers against Cliff Lee at the top of the show.
And a line drive to left field. It's a base hit. 1 run comes in. Here comes the throw to the plate.